YouTube, what the crap's going on? Heir of Carthage here, back in Total War Rome 2. We're going to be jumping in for another Blade Master Tournament battle to pick up where we left off. So he won his first round battle. Bactria versus Royal Scythia did quite well. Very close battle. Now he's going to go Suebi versus Ardiaei. I'm seeing two Wolf Warriors. It looks like a couple of Wodenaz Spears, three Sword Masters. Those are Spear Levy that we were seeing, the other units. So it looks like he had 4 Spear Levy. 2 Bloodsworn. His Sword Masters are right behind the Bloodsworn with a Berserker support. Cimbri Bowwomen 1 unit. 4 units of Scout Riders, pretty standard with the Suebi. A Wodenaz Spear and a Sword Master out here. So what does he got up here? Wolf Warriors. Oh, so this is Wolf Warriors Berserkers in the center with the Sword. Interesting idea, putting the Sword Master and a Wodenaz on the splank. So, gonna be interesting to see. So the Ardiaei are gonna be well armored. And they're going to do better in a grind-out fight. So we got Illyrian Nobles, Illyrians, Nobles, Illyrians, Nobles, and so on. So this is up front lines, a mix of Illyrian Nobles and Nobles. Illyrian Thurio Spears on the flanks. Those are going to be very pesky units for cavalry, especially Jav Cav. And then there's Mercenary Tarentine Cav as well. So Blade Master's going to have his work cut out for him with the Germanic Scout Riders. Not necessarily going to be a real easy task. Also, there are 2 Mercenary Celtic Warriors supporting the main line of Hoplites. General is a Noble Hoplite, and there are 2 units of Illyrian Cav in the back, as well as 2 more Mercenary Celtic Warriors. So that's going to be the overview. Let's kind of fast forward, get to the action here. Blade Master is going to try and be annoying with the Scout Cav. It's probably good, but it is going to be very tricky. There's 2 Slave Slingers, apparently. No, Mercenary Peltist? A Thurio Spear, never mind. So it's a Mercenary Peltist and a Thurio Spear. They're just kind of working together to be annoying to the Scout Cav. No real skirmishing component per se for either player other than the 1 Cimbri Bowwomen. So neither player really has a skirmishing component and neither player really has to rush here. Spear Levy getting into the Mercenary Peltist and the Germanic Scout Riders helping them. Mercenary Celtic Warriors coming in, but this flank could get overwhelmed by the Sword Master, and the Wodenaz Spear it's no slouch of a unit either. And that Spear Levy is going to make its presence annoying. But this Scout Rider taking a few javelins from the Thurio Spears, they might want to watch out there. Let's see, so Blade pushing this flank, going to take his Spear Levy into the Illyrian Thurio Spear, that's a good choice. And then he's got his Wodenaz still out there, and the Sword Master is coming in on the flanks to try and get at the Mercenary Celtic Warriors. We got a fast charge inbound, and the charge bonus is in effect. These Bloodsworn are going to hit hard, but I believe all these units have expert charge defense. And against the Bloodsworn, they're going to feel it. They'll still get kills off that charge, but they're going to feel that expert charge defense, that's for sure. So I think it's actually kind of smart for the Hoplites to sit there and take it. I mean, they're going to lose. The Bloodsworn are also going to lose, but if Pride gets popped in here too, it's going to get a bit ugly. Berserkers coming in, they are also going to feel that expert charge defense. 20 of their men dropping on the charge to the Noble Hoplites. So yeah, that expert charge defense makes it difficult for the lower armor units. Out here, the Sword Master going into shield wall and it's glitching out, so Blade Master is going to need to correct that or take a lot of damage. The Wodenaz Spear is holding off a Hoplite and the Celtic Warrior, taking a lot of damage. Bloodsworn's trying to get at the Illyrian Noble Hoplite General. If they don't get braced and get their expert charge defense, which they may not, that could be rough. Yeah, I don't think they did. That Bloodsworn's going to connect with them, and it'll do a decent job. These Hoplites that got hit real hard in the beginning are starting to wrap up. Due to Wolf Warriors, yeah, there's going to be a scare effect here. This is going to work very nicely for Blade Master. He's using flaming missiles from the Cimbri Bowwomen and Whistling Shot. Looks like Whistling Shot. So he's, let's see, the Sword Master's though going to take a charge from the Illyrian Cav. It's only a medium cavalry, but it's also only a medium infantry. So we'll see how that goes. The Bloodsworn though getting a few kills on the Noble Hoplite General. This flank over here is getting beat down pretty thoroughly by the Suebi. The Ardiaei units just don't have the hitting power to overcome this, and they're going to start getting wrapped up in mass here pretty quickly. Even the Spear Levy is going to be a fairly tough unit for the Ardiaei to take out unless they had a Celtic Warrior available. Obviously one of the nice Hoplites could do it too, but I think you all get what I'm saying there. These Berserkers not doing so well versus Hoplites because of that expert charge defense. Would have done a lot better from the flank. Let's see here. So Swordmaster's coming in after these units. They will do well there. This Wodenaz Spear got 134 kills, even having a sword unit around and being outnumbered. This Swordmaster only has 72 kills. It's struggling versus the Noble Hoplites there. Must not have gotten a great charge. These Tarantine Cav are going to be an extreme nuisance. They're going to throw a lot of javelins into the back of these units. The Spear Levy, though, is going to push them out. That's going to be very good for Blademaster. There are Thuriel Spears nearby. Let's see, he's got a Scout Cav here, got the Kimbri Bowwomen out here still. Spear Levy, another Scout Cav, so if the sooner Blademaster can get this wrapped up, the better, because then he can, it looks like he may already be trying to transfer troops over this way. He needs troops over here. This side of the fight's not going as well. He's going to pull away from the Illyrian Hoplites and go after the Thuriel Spears. It's probably a good plan. You're going to see the Swordmasters get a lot more kills against them, and if these guys don't chase, they're going to get away with it. Yeah, the Bowwomen still using Whistling Shot. It's going to be pulling down the melee attack of both units, and it's going to have a morale effect on both units as well. So, I mean, this is just as risky for Blademaster, honestly, as it is for the Illyrians, but maybe he's hoping the scare effect of some of his nearby units will go ahead and take these guys out of the fight. Wolf Warriors are going to cycle out of that fight, which is smart. A rear charge here from the Germanic Scout Riders is going to leave these Celtic Warriors wavering. So Germanic Scout Riders being annoying. And now we're kind of getting some wavering from a lot of the Ardiaei units. The General's not dead. Bloodsworn coming in after the General. Now if he could come around with, say, like a Wolf Warrior from behind, that might get him some kills. Because I don't believe the Expert Charge defense would come into effect at that point. Now the Swordmaster General is going to make his presence felt definitely in late game. This Swordmaster didn't end up getting a lot of kills. The Illyrian Hoplites somehow managed to tie him down. Did not get a lot of kills over there. Just kind of see what else we got going on here. Yeah, Illyrian Thuriel's trying to get into square here. Swordmaster's wavering after being charged by some Tarantine cavalry. If that Swordmaster unit routes with that many men left, it'll be bad for Blademaster, but it looks like it's stabilized. This Wolf Warrior is fighting a Thuriel Spear and ought to do very well in that fight. Not a lot of weapon damage on the Wolf Warriors, but the Thuriel Spear is not particularly high armor or high health. Rear charge from the Swordmaster General here, so the Noble Hoplite General is going to bite the dust here at any moment. We've got Bloodsworn up front with their axes, but still going to struggle against that elite Hoplite unit. But the Swordmaster from behind is definitely going to break that unit, and it did. So at this point, it's definitely going to wrap up in favor of Blademaster here. The Illyrians will not be able to hold their ground after having lost their general like that. Tarantine Cav versus Scout Riders in melee. Interesting. I'm guessing like attack stats go to the Scout Riders, but the armor and health and everything else is probably going to go to the Tarantine Cav. And that can definitely make it, and the mass goes to the Tarantine Cav as well, so on the charge, the mass of the Tarantine Cav would inflict more damage. So yeah, this Swordmaster here is actually struggling. 173 kills though, not bad. They routed due to an attack in the rear penalty. Yeah, just not enough Ardiaei troops left at this point. This unit left is just an Illyrian Hoplite, not a Noble. And with this Swordmaster and the Kimbri Bowwomen around, yeah, there's no way there. Scout Rider still hanging around back out here in the distance. And these Tarantine Cavalry are having to try and fight Spear Levy, which is just really not an ideal scenario for them. The Bowwomen dropping Whistling Shot in here again. So the Illyrian Thuriel Spears are not going to be able to take the morale impact. So yeah, they're being attacked by Swordmasters, and these guys are going to go down due to morale. Yep, there goes the Illyrian Thurios. Or was that? No, that's the actual Or yeah, that's the Thurios. That's a really cool looking unit. Those guys are awesome. Definitely a cool unit skin. Hope y'all enjoyed this one. So Blademaster wins round 2. Or actually, I guess this is a semi-final of some sort. He's going to move on to the finals, it looks like, and I will bring you those replays as well. Hope you all enjoyed this one. HeirofCarthage, and I will sign out once we get the actual closing stats. Let's see. Swordmasters did well. Wolf Warriors did extremely well, both units. Now, it was in the huge unit setting, so it's a little bit skewed, but still. Yeah, very nice kills on that Bloodsworn as well. Very nice. Let's see, Illyrian Hoplites, a couple of those Illyrian Hoplite units putting up a pretty good fight, and a couple of the Celtic warriors getting a lot of kills. Look at that, 201 kills on a Thurios spear. I mean, really not bad at all from those Illyrian Thurios. Anyway, HeirofCarthage signing out for now.